We'll proceed in pseudo multivariate calculus. Historic pseudo multivariate calculus. Pseudo multivariate calculus, where we write simple mathematical equation and later we climb to kind of calculus. We are in a phase to calculate the perimeter of an ellipse. Okay, what is the perimeter of an ellipse? This is a big dispute that what is actually the parameter of the ellipse. We are not coming to any result right now. But how someone would proceed, that is also a big thing. What is area of an ellipse? What is inside the area of an ellipse? If I try to find area of something, then rather than looking into the ellipse, I would say area of anything is width into height. That is the area. If I say width is x and height is y, then y into x is the area. Okay, I believe it is all right. So y into x is the area. Now, y can be function over x. Y cannot be independent. If this is x-axis, this is y-axis. For different x, if y is constant, it is not depending upon x, then it forms a rectangle. Then indeed y into x is the area. But pseudocode always say area means x into y. That is the area. But there are high chances that y is dependent upon x. How it is dependent upon x? Let's see this. Now, if we see this, then this is x-axis. This is origin. Now, if I move along x-axis, y is changing. If I go at point A, if I go at point A, then y is 0. If I go at x equal to 0, then y is maximum, that is B, that is ellipse. If I go to minus A, then y is 0 again. Means y varies. I move along x-axis. Y is dependent upon x. But as per pseudo multivariate calculus, area it is still x into y. I'm sorry, y into x, where y is function over x. Now, if there is a multiplication of two items, where one is function over another, then it falls in integral calculus. So from pseudo area, that is y into x, it becomes y dx, and y is b into square root of 1 minus x square by a square. That is the formula of ellipse, right? X square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Y equal to b, and then square root 1 minus x square by a square. That is the y. Y into dx, where x is from minus a to a, is the area of the upper half. Minus a to a, and y we are taking upper half. Since they are congruent, then multiplied by 2. Then how much it will be? Y dx. Y is b square root of 1 minus x square by a square dx. It will become b by a, and then a square root of a square minus x square. B by a square root of a square minus x square dx. If someone is very great in kind of solving this problem, then he is free to solve it. Okay, I believe this is all right. B by a square root of 1 minus x square by a square. A square, I don't think it is difficult. Okay, if someone takes x equal to a cos theta, a would come out and then cut b. 1 minus cos square theta, b sine theta. Dx will become a sine theta. Integration of sine square theta is not difficult. So calculating the area of an ellipse and an ellipse is not difficult. Okay, we are in deep discussion that how we can calculate perimeter of an ellipse. That is, this line is called perimeter of an ellipse. What is the length of the perimeter of an ellipse? That is under question mark now. Now, first thing what we did is, if I want, then as per the pseudo mathematics, pseudo calculus that we are taking now, Instead of ellipse, I'll take simple case that is circle. If it is a circle, then if this is red, if this is the kind of x-axis and radius is moving like this, and it makes theta degree with the x-axis, okay, 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 if it makes theta degree, if it is make theta degree with the x-axis, then what is length of this arc? Where this angle is theta, then length of this arc is r, that is the radius, into theta, where theta is in radian. Okay, in that case, perimeter is full 2 pi, full 2 pi angle. R into 2 pi is the perimeter of a circle. Okay, now what is pseudo mathematics? Pseudo mathematics is when we need to calculate something. Try with the simplest case and make sure that your difficult case is addressed through the simplest case. Anyway, now if it is a circle, then r into theta is the length of the arc. Theta, now r is independent component. R is constant for the circle and it is not dependent upon the theta. In that sense, it becomes r into theta is 2 pi. No need to go for calculus. Simple multiplication would work. That is the pseudo mathematics. Now it will be r into 2 pi is the perimeter of a circle. But if I take ellipse, r is variable. If I take ellipse, then r is variable. Everywhere r is variable. Now, if this is the r, if I rotate this, if this is the r, this is the r, that is a right now. If I rotate 90 degree, then r become very small. That is b. Okay. Then if I rotate back, then r become big again. That is a. If I rotate it back, r becomes small. That is a. That is b, and again a. R keep changing. But still, as per the fundamental of pseudo mathematics, the fundamental will be same. What is the perimeter? That is r into theta, where theta is the angle it has moved and r is the radius. But radius is variable now. Radius keep changing with the theta. Radius is a function over theta. That is very unfortunate. So in ellipse, radius is not constant. In ellipse, radius is not constant. Radius is variable and it varies depending upon the theta value. Radius is function over theta. In that sense, we have multiplication of r into theta as the arc length, where r is dependent upon theta, theta being independent variable. In that sense, r into theta falls in integral calculus. Integral calculus means these are the two things. R is one thing and theta is one thing. Multiplication of two items where one is function over another and another is independent component, then this multiplication will go into integral calculus. R into theta will become r d theta and theta 0 to 2 pi. What is r? What is r? If I take r at any moment, if I take, if, what is r? At any moment, if I see x and y, consider this is this is x-axis and this r is varying. This is x-axis and r is varying. At any moment, consider this point is x comma y. This point is x comma y and this r is varying like this. When it is x comma y, at that time this is the r. If this point is x comma y where the new r is, then interception on x axis is x and height is y. Consider there is any arbitrary point x comma y here, arbitrary point x comma y here. If this radius moves and touches the x comma y, then at this point if I draw a vertical, then vertical height is y, whereas the horizontal interception is x. Now if that is the case, that is the case, if that is the case, then x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. Now we can substitute in x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Okay, in that sense, x will be replaced by r cos theta and y will be replaced by r sin theta. In that sense, r I can take as common factor and it becomes cos square theta by a square plus sin square theta by b square equal to 1. It will become r square will become a square b square divided by a square sine square theta plus b square cos square theta. R square equal to a square b square by a square sine square theta plus b square cos square theta. That is r square. R is a into b divided by square root of a square sine square theta plus b square cos square theta. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm I'm sorry. Okay, so it will be a into b by square root of square root of b square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta. Okay, I believe it is all right. A into b r equal to a into b by square root of, and then it will be b square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta. Now replace in the integration. Integration of theta from 0 to 2 pi, theta will move 0 to 2 pi, and r is a into b, that is constant, that someone can take out. 1 by square root of b square or cos square theta into b square plus sin square theta into a square d theta. If someone is very strong in integration, then he can integrate it. But this is the perimeter of an ellipse. Okay, what are the under other? This is one concept. Now we did it. In past video, we did up to this level. Okay, what is the next level? If this is the level, what is the next level? That is the question. Next level is area. If I want to find the perimeter of an ellipse, then this is a curve only. Perimeter of an ellipse, it is mere a curve only. There is nothing more than that. It is simple a curve. Curve can be unwinded and it can become a straight line. It is very similar to we try to find the length. We are trying to find the length of a curve that looks like ellipse. Otherwise, this is a simple line only. Okay, we found if this is x-axis and if I draw a curve like this, whose equation is y equal to x square, then we can find the length of the curve. Similarly, this is again a curve. This is x-axis. Okay, x-axis will be at the center though, whatever it is. And equation is y equal to b square root of 1 minus x square by a square. Simple. Okay, that will fall in that we can calculate the length of a curve through a straight line also. Because if I try to find the length of the curve, then we will directly jump into the simplest case. What is the simplest case to calculate the length of the curve? The simplest case to calculate, if this is a curve, if I'm trying to calculate the length of the curve being this is x-axis, then make it a straight. That is the simplest case. Now, okay, so this is straight. What is the length of this line from a point 0, comma 0 to point x, comma y? Okay, if this is the length of if this is a curve, what is the length of this curve from origin to point x, comma y? Then I have to represent this line through vector and find the magnitude of the vector. Automatically, someone would get the length, that is xi plus yj. Magnitude of this is x square plus y square square root. Then we saw that if this is x-axis and this is the curve, then in the curve everywhere y by x, y by x, y by x is different if it is not a straight line. Otherwise, if it is a straight line, then y by x, y by x, y by x, everywhere it is constant. So whatever vector representation we have done for a line, for a section that is from 0, comma 0 to x, comma y, that is xi plus yj, there y by x should be there because that is variable. Then we took out x and we made it I plus y by x j, that is a vector, into x. I plus y by x j bracket close into x. That is same as xi plus yj. But y by x comes into the picture. Now if I calculate the magnitude of this, it will give the magnitude of a curved line because y by x will be changed into dy by dx. Division will transform into differentiation when numerator is dependent upon denominator and it is an algebra. Anyway, numeric will not be dependent upon another. If it is an algebra and numerator is dependent upon denominator, y by x will be termed as dy by dx. I plus dy by dx j bracket close. Now this part into x, this part I plus dy by dx j is multiplied by x, which is an independent variable. Multiplication of two items where one is independent variable, and this part I plus dy by dxj will come into x only. It is a function over x. This is a vector representation and function over x. So full will become integral calculus now. I plus dy by dxj bracket close into dx, and that is the called the integral calculus and representation of a vector. Getting the magnitude of this will give the would give the net length of the net length of the any curve. Okay, now what is magnitude of this? I plus dy by dx j bracket then dx. What is magnitude of this? Magnitude of this is 1 square plus dy by dx whole square root into dx. Now dx is x from lower limit to higher limit. Okay, because earlier it was x that has transformed into dx. X means what is the section of x? That section of x, if I change it to dx, that section of x will come as limit x1 to x2. That's it. So multiplication turned into integration and division turned into differentiation. That's it. Is this the calculus? That's it. This is the calculus. Calculus is more than that. Yeah, it is more than this. If we proceed into multivariate, where we have dx, dy, dz, otherwise, but concept is same. If this much is the calculus, this much is the calculus. This is called primitive calculus. Okay, now in that sense, we will proceed y equal to b into square root of 1 by x square by a square. Dy by dx is d of b square root of 1 minus x square by a square by dx. Now it will be transformed into b by a. I can take outside b by a. Now it becomes d of square root of a square minus x square. Square root of a square minus x square. Dy by dx would become dy by dx. I believe it will become minus x by square root of a square minus x square. Because if I differentiate a square root of a square minus x square with a square minus x square, it will become 1 by 2 into 1 by a square root of a square minus x square. Then again differentiation of minus 2x a square minus x square. That will be minus 2x, 2 gone minus x. Anyway, so dy by dx is b by a minus x by square root of a square minus x square. Now we have 1 plus dy by dx whole square, that is b square by a square into x square by a square minus x square. Okay, now we have a square root of 1 plus b square by a square into x square by a square minus x square. Square root close dx, x is from minus a to a. Okay, since this is ellipse, minus a to a, but it will give the parameter of the top part only, then multiplied by 2. If someone is very strong in calculus, he can proceed on this. Okay, can you please come little simple? Okay, all right. 1 plus b square by a square. 1 plus b square by a square into x square by a square minus x square. Square root dx. Okay, then we will go with the kind of called method of substitution in the integration. We have ellipse formula as x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. If I take x equal to a cos theta, then it becomes y equal to b square root of 1 minus x square by a square. it becomes b sine theta. Okay, now I can take x equal to a cos theta and b equal to b sine y equal to b sine theta. We'll try again. 1 plus dy by dx whole square root dx. That is the net length that we have estimated. We have come to. We have come up to. Okay, so dy by dx. Now y equal to b sine theta and x equal to a cos theta. B by a will come out. Okay, dy by dx, b by a, d of sine theta by d of cos theta. That is same as d of sine theta by d theta into d theta by d cos theta. That is same as d sine theta by d theta into 1 by d of cos theta by d theta. That will become cos theta by minus sine theta. That will become dy by dx. dy, dy by dx will become b by a into cos theta by minus sine theta. Dy by dx whole square. Now it will become a square root of 1 plus b square by a square into cos square theta by sine square theta. Okay, it will become a square sine square theta, a square sine square theta plus b square cos square theta by a square sine square theta square root dx. Now dx is same as dx by d theta into d theta. So x equal to a cos theta dx is a minus sine theta d theta. Now we will replace that a minus sine theta d theta. Now full term becomes square root of a square sine square theta plus b square cos square theta by a sine theta into minus a sine theta. That is gone. Minus remains, that I can keep outside. Now integration from 0. Now integration of x minus a to a, and then square root of a square sine square theta plus b square cos square theta d theta. Okay, now here minus comes outside. We can flip the integration. If it is minus a to minus a, whatever it is. Okay, can I remove this minus? Let's try again. I believe it's all right. If someone is very good in the square root of a square sine square theta plus b square cos square theta d theta integration minus a to a, and outside minus is there. If someone can calculate it, it is all right. But limit is in x, not in theta. Someone has to calculate them in theta. Let's proceed. Okay, I don't want negative. Let's try again. We have x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Okay, x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. That is ellipse formula. Let's take x equal to a sine theta. I believe it is all right. Let's take x equal to a sine theta. Then y will become b cos theta. Let's try again. Dy by dx. Then we have b cos theta, d of b cos theta, d dy by dx, d of b cos theta by d of a sine theta. b by a will come out. d of cos theta by d of sine theta. That is d of cos theta by d theta into d theta by d sine theta. That is same as d of cos theta by d theta into 1 by d of sine theta by d theta. D of cos theta by d theta will d of I'm sorry, yeah, d of cos theta by d theta. D of cos theta by d theta is minus sine theta. Okay, d of cos theta by d theta is minus sine theta, and d of sine theta by d theta is cos theta. It becomes b sine theta by a cos theta minus. Now dy by dx whole square will become b square sine square theta, b square sine square theta by a square cos square theta. Now the net integration is 1 plus dy by dx whole square root into dx. Now x is a sine theta, dx is a cos theta d theta. Now negative went out. Okay, now it becomes square root of 1 plus b square by a square. Square root of 1 plus b square by a square. Okay, now next is next next is sine theta by cos theta. So it becomes b square sine square theta by a square cos square theta. If I settle it down, it becomes square root of a square cos square theta plus b square sine square theta by a cos theta. There is also in dx a cos theta, a cos theta gone. Now net integration is minus a to a, that is dx x minus a to a, the square root of a square cos square theta plus b square sine square theta into d theta. Isn't it exactly same as what we started with the r d theta, where r is now a square root of a square cos square theta plus b square sine square theta d theta. Same thing, right? R d theta. Now x is minus a to a. It will give parameter for the upper half because minus a to a we have started in x and y coordinate, not in angular fashion. It will give the top, top side. If this is middle is the x-axis, if middle is the x-axis, it will give parameter of the ellipse of the upper half only. Anyway, now x is minus a to a. X equal to a sine theta. Then theta equal to a sine inverse x by a. If x equal to a sine theta, theta equal to sine inverse x by a. When x is minus a, sine inverse minus a. Sine inverse minus a is 3 pi by 2 or minus pi by 2. Okay. And then sine minus a to a minus is minus pi by 2. If I put a sine inverse of 1, that is pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, amazingly. Actually, we are calculating something that is this half. We were talking about top half we are calculating. When theta is going, looks like we are calculating the left part. Okay, I'm sorry, this part minus pi by 2, theta is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, that is the theta. Means we are starting our angle from the vertical. This is theta. I believe it is all right if someone understand it. If this is x-axis, then this is not the theta. From x-axis, this is not the theta. From y-axis, this is the theta. That's why theta is going from my. I'm sorry. Hope. I'm really sorry. I believe it is all right. The net parameter is for the top half only. I'm really sorry about it. So net parameter, whatever we are talking, it is not available in any of the book where from I can copy. Is all are research based. So what we are, the way we are now, we are calculating the parameter. It is not there called length vector and calculate the magnitude and this. This fundamental is not available in any of the book. That how we can go with the pseudo multivariate calculus. Anyway, theta, now the net integration is theta minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and then the square root of a square cos square theta plus b square sine square theta d theta. If this is analogous to the r d theta minus pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 pi by 2 is for upper half only because we took x-axis and y-axis as upper half only. Theta is from the vertical. Now this is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Makes sense? So theta is from vertical. That is for sure. Theta, this is, if this is radius, radius will go here. Now from here measurement is happening. Theta minus pi by 2 to theta pi by 2. If theta is 0, then a square cos square theta will become a, it is now a square cos square theta plus b square sine square theta. Okay, when when theta is 0, then it becomes a. It becomes a. I believe it becomes a. Okay, and when theta is 90 degree, it becomes b. Okay, I believe it is a little bit confusing that which side we are taking. Anyway, this is the half of it, that is for guaranteed. People can, this is an assignment that where is the theta, but this is somehow, this is how it is. Now it is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 square root of a square cos square theta plus b square sine square theta d theta. Okay, if I take theta from 0, then it is minus pi. Then this and this is. Okay, when theta is 0, then it is a d theta. Means it is a. I don't know which radius it is taking that. Please consider this as a matter of assignment. But this is how it is. Okay, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. That is the limit is of pi only. That is for sure. It is half of it only. It is not full. If someone wants full, then he can make 0 to 2 pi. No harm in that. Or minus pi by 2 multiplied by 2 minus pi to pi, that is for full ellipse. Square root of a square cos square theta plus b square sin square theta d theta. Okay, this is the perimeter of an ellipse. Is there any other way you have? Okay, we will try one more way. Many way we have tried. We'll try one more way. What is the length of a curve? Length of a curve is, what is length of a, this is x-axis. This is x-axis, a length of a curve from 0, this is origin, 0, comma 0 to a point called x, comma y. In that case, let's make it a straight line. If I make it a straight line, the length of this line from section 0, comma 0 to point x, comma y. Then we saw it xi plus yj. This is not very trusted way, but someone can try. This is available at in book also. That is xi plus yj is the vector representation of a straight line. If we calculate magnitude of this, it will give you the length of the line. Okay, then we proceeded taking out x and making it I plus y by xj and then x. Okay, but generally this is what I have seen in the book. This is available. Now turn your line, Now right now is the ellipse parameter is the curve line. Turn into xi plus yj. Turn into a straight line vector, that is xi plus yj. Okay, in that sense xi plus yj. Okay, if that is the case, then we can divide it by theta and multiply it by theta. It becomes x by, it becomes x by theta I plus y by theta j, bracket close into theta. Now x is dependent upon theta, consider, and y is dependent upon theta. It becomes dx by d theta I plus dy by d theta j. I am not approving this approach, but this is available. Bracket close into again d theta. Consider x equal to a cos theta and y equal to b sin theta. Then x by theta, since it is division, I can make it dx by d theta. Dx by d theta I plus dy by d theta j, bracket close into d theta. Dx by d theta will become minus a sin theta. So it becomes minus a sin theta I plus a cos theta j. Now magnitude of this will give the length of the parameter. Then a square sin square theta plus b square cos square theta square root d theta. Makes sense? Or I can take x equal to a sin theta, then y equal to b sin theta, b cos theta. Then in that sense, dx by d theta will become a sin. I took x as a sin theta. Dx by d theta will become a cos theta. A cos theta I plus minus b sin theta j. Magnitude will be a square cos square theta plus b square sin square theta square root d theta again. Now limit theta 0 to 2 pi in both cases. Anyway, this is not a very proved way, because why it is not proved way? When we take x equal to a cos theta, what is guarantee that with the theta I divided, this theta and that theta are the same. I divided between arbitrary theta. Earlier the vector was xi plus yj. Then I divided it by theta arbitrary. Then I took another arbitrary x equal to cos theta. Okay, they are related. Y and x are related. If I take x equal to a cos theta, then y equal to a sin b sin theta. Or if I take x equal to a sin theta, then y equal to a cos theta. That is okay. But first, when I divided with the theta, I could have divided with t also. X by ti plus y by tj into dt. Then I take x equal to a cos theta because this theta and this t are different. But people consider it is same and they go along anyway. But it brings to the same. Whatever the v provided through the I plus dy by dx j into dx, that is the confirmed way because that is actually it represents a curved line. Just calculating the magnitude of I plus dy by dx j into dx will give the length, and this is what we saw. Anyway, so many ways we found the perimeter of an ellipse through pseudo multivariable calculus. We will proceed on this. Please do not mind supporting us. +91 is the India country code. 94831 60610 is the telephone number. 94831 60610 is the telephone number. +91 is the India country code.